Good greetings, everyone. Rusty Dog here, and welcome to my Monday live stream. Yes, it's Monday. It's Monday, and it's kind of early afternoonish. But the Fleet Carriers Beta 2 has dropped. I think it's a conspiracy from Frontier. This that they're not dropping this on the Friday to allow us to play it over the weekend, so I can stream it on the Sunday. They deliberately wait until after my stream until they put this out. It's twice they've done that now. Anyway, right, so here we are, watching. Well, you're watching. Here we are at with the Fleet Carriers beta. So I have the patch notes around here somewhere, and we're going to be taking a look at the changes since the beta 1, and also the new things, yeah, the changes, the new stuff that's come in and whatnot. So we still have this interface at the front, so that's nothing's changed there. So before I go off and buy a fleet carrier again, which I can do because this is a new snapshot, of course, and I do have my 7 billion in the balance, but that's not going to last very long. It's gonna last better than it did last time. But I think some of the major changes that we do know about now is that the fleet carrier now has universal cartographics facilities, and it has ability to store your ships and modules from the get-go, which kind of makes it more of a fleet carrier, which is what it's supposed to be in the first place. So I will run through a few of the patch notes. I'm not gonna dig into all of them, so we'll take a look at a few of them. The more important ones, I would say. So on the chat then, before we get out of Jesse Vista and make our way over to Skegiko O, we have Commander Steve Zodiac. Hi, Steve. Rusty Dogs here. Hi, Rusty. Commander Glennell. Hi, Commander Glennell. Greetings to you. Roger. Hey, my man. How are you doing, sir? Andre Ray. Hi, Andre. Welcome to the stream. And Commander Budman 1AO. Smash the like button. Yeah. Smash the mouse button while the mouse pointer is hovering over the like button. All right. So, patch notes then, what do we have? Well, why don't I put them up on screen in case you guys haven't seen it? Now then. It's come up on screen, but it's got the live chat window instead. Let me just see if I can bring this up. So, Firefox patch notes. There we go. I think that's probably the way to be. All right, so patchy notes. There we go. Right, okay, just going to cover then some of the important ones. You guys can read between the lines literally and read the rest. So as you know from the previous one, the upkeep cost for all additional services has been reduced by 80 to 90%. See, when I first read that, I thought Frontier had just, bent over too far for the bleating sheep. I'm going to be honest here. But looking at the actual costs, the weekly costs in game, when you see it in a monetary value, it doesn't look that bad. They have reduced it a lot. I mean, they seriously have what's the phrase? They've seriously oh, I can't think of the phrase. But anyway, it's not too bad. On paper, that looks severely drastic. 90% reduction. I wouldn't mind that in any shop. But okay, it's not too bad. I thought they'd bent over too far, but maybe not. I might be wrong on that one. It might be because it has to be kind of manageable as well, because there's no gameplay around the fleet carrier, so there has to be kind of an incentive to have one or keep one, and having the costs down by this level, I suppose, does achieve that. Because people will have them even if there's no real gameplay. Once they bought the thing, for the initial 5 billion, which I'm glad they haven't changed. I think that is correct. I think that should stay 5 billion, but you only have to buy that once, and so I'm kind of okay with that. And before you ask, no, I'm not going to spend that much time on each line. So the core running costs have been reduced by 50%. That's the core running cost. So okay, that's kind of the upkeeps for your shipyards and your stuff like that, I think. So we'll take a look at those numbers anyway. The debt threshold has been updated in line with the upkeep changes. Okay, that kind of makes sense. This means with all services installed, a carrier can go 10 weeks as opposed to the previous 4 without paying upkeep before issued a final warning. That's cool. Brilliant. 10 weeks now. So if people are away from the game, you've got 10 weeks to just pop in and pay your dues. No excuses. If you're not playing for 10 weeks and you don't get to complain that you've lost a carrier or something like that, you know. 10 weeks. It's almost 3 months, so yeah. If you're not playing for 3 months, I mean, obviously, if you've got a broken leg and you're up in hospital, it's a different thing, but the total upfront activation costs of some of the more expensive services have been reduced by 35 to 45%. Okay, again, we're going to go into the game and have a look at what that means in terms of money, or credits, I should say. The time between jumps has been decreased to 15 minutes for jump preparation and 5 minutes to cool down. Is that different from the beta? Wasn't it 10 minutes either side? Or maybe no, maybe it's the same. Yeah, maybe it's the same. Why did I think it was 10 either side? Yeah, okay, so 15 minutes for jump preparation as opposed to the hour, and 5 minutes cooldown as opposed to the hour. So now we've gone from 2 hours down to 20 minutes in total in between jumps. That is fine. I'm good with that. The 5 minute cooldown. This was a big thing for me. The 1 hour spin up and the 1 hour cooldown. That was a big thing for me. I didn't like that at all. It was too much to ask of players. But this, considering it's a big spacecraft, it takes 15 minutes for everything to prepare. That's cool. So this is really good. I like that. Added universal cartographics as an optional service on fleet carriers. Brilliant. Now it makes it more of an exploration option. And I believe, I don't know if this is probably in the patch notes, but I believe that if you hand in your universal cartographics data, if we go on a squadron exploration trip, for example, that you'll be able to hand your data in, but you won't get 100% of the money because some of it will go to the fleet carrier. I'm not quite sure what that percentage is, but I think if you own the fleet carrier, even you have to have, even the fleet carrier skims some off for you. So it's like 90%, I think. So if I was to make 1 million in cartographic data, I'd only actually get 900,000. The fleet carrier would keep 100,000, and that's for me as an owner. For other people, I think the cut is even more, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what was said. Fleet carrier owners can now store their ships and modules aboard their fleet carrier by default. Good, but fleet carrier owners, is that restricted to just the owners then? You see, if people can't, well, this is about storing your ships, not landing your ships. Yeah. If it can't carry ships from the outset, what makes it a fleet carrier? It's like buying a car without an engine. It ain't a car without one. Anyway, when decommissioning a carrier, you will now receive a full refund. Whew. You see, now this is good because you get your 5 billion back, right? And whatever. I don't know if that counts as the core stuff as well, but you get your full refund. So buying one, selling one, buying one, selling one makes it more flexible now. So again, that's not a bad thing. Let's see who's in the chat since. Danny Powers. Hi, Danny. Welcome to the stream. Draco Macmillan. Hey, man. How you doing, sir? Me, yes, me, hi. Jayesh, hi Jayesh, welcome. And Anthony Struss was just in the middle of catching up with yesterday's stream. Oh, well, I didn't make it a long one, so. My favorite female, Susan Jesty. Hi, Suze. How you doing, sweetheart? Um, yeah, streaming again. Laban Den. All can land, only owner can store. Need module for others. Yeah, that's. I figured that would is what it was going to be. Yeah. Um, it's weird, isn't it? Like a fleet carrier by default should come with the ability to carry a fleet, don't you think? I mean, yeah. Anyway, we'll see how much everything is. So, where am I? I've lost one. Okay. So you now get a full refund. Awesome. So voluntary decommissioning will incur a fee equivalent of 50% of the debt threshold. Voluntary decommissioning. Right. So does that mean that if you leave your ship for this 10 weeks and you still don't pay and all that stuff, and then it gets decommissioned by the authorities, that's when you get your full refund. But if you voluntarily decommission, it will incur a fee equivalent to 50% of the debt threshold. Okay. Be interesting to see what numbers that turns up. When cancelling the decommissioning of your fleet carrier, which, oh, okay, so you can actually cancel it, you will now receive an inbox message to confirm the cancellation. Reduce the amount of tritium consumed by each jump by around half. Okay, that one is another one we knew about. So I think we can do 4 jumps now before the tank is empty. I think that's what it is. It was 2 before, now it's 4, so yeah. Added a better indication of arriving and decommissioned states for fleet carriers on the cockpit navigation panel. Fleet carrier services menu now displays the name of the owner. That would help. The trade screen in fleet carrier management now reports the number of imported and exported commodity types separately rather than in total for both. All right. So that's all okay. That's all cool stuff. Now, bug fixes I'm interested in. The all-time profit now correctly updates on the fleet carrier budget screen. Okay. I didn't even know that was an issue, but okay. Fixed a crash that occurred if you were in an instance with an arriving fleet carrier. Hmm. I've never had any crashes with Elite Dangerous. Can't even remember the last one. Fixed a crash that would happen. Mind you, if you were in the same instance as an arriving fleet carrier, the chances of you crashing with it. Fixed a crash that would happen when replotting a cancelled fleet carrier jump. I'm not sure I ever did that. Fleet carriers can now be filtered in the galaxy map regardless of whether the player is docked or not. Again, I didn't know that was an issue. But okay, glad that's been fixed. Fixed the way that fleet carrier owner names are displayed in the targeting panel. Okay, I have to take a look at that. It might refresh my memory as to what it looked like before. Fixed a bug which would allow players to target destinations for their fleet carriers which shouldn't have been allowed. Starports and asteroid belts. Okay, so you can't target a starport. Alright, fair enough. Limpets can now be restocked at fleet carriers. Again, something handy for not only exploration, but if you're mining for fuel out in the black, this is brilliant. You can now restock your limpets there on the fleet carrier. Awesome. That's brilliant. But why is that a bug fix? Was that in the first one, but it didn't work? Oh, it might have been actually. Yeah, good. I'm glad that's sorted then. Yeah, that's important. Fixed an issue which made it look like restocking wasn't working by the quick action. Okay, the target reticule. No, it's not reticule. Reticle. The target reticle will now properly indicate when a fleet carrier is on the other side of a body. Okay. So that's your little dotted circle. Stop the fleet carrier destination icon from displaying on all fleet carriers in the system map. Alright, subsurface mining deposits can now eject multiple resource chunks from one successful hit. That's going to help with your tritium mining, I would imagine. Codex, yeah, okay, that's not really related. to fleet carriers, mega ship turret missions, blah blah blah. CQC, not interested. Thargoids, fixed caustic. Oh, yesterday, fixed caustic damage not being removed by overheating your ship. Well, it did work for me yesterday, so maybe it didn't work in the first beta. Okay. Player journal. Added an event. Oh, added an event in the journal for when a fleet carrier is renamed. There's another event, isn't? Oh, here we go. Added an event in the journal for cancelling a fleet carrier jump. Okay, that's going to help people who do those add-ons that have got the voice stuff like EDDI and stuff like that. So, right. Okay, well, let's get back to the game then, and let's go and buy the big FC. I thought it was important to cover the patch notes just for people who haven't maybe seen it, and you know, have my little take on it, whatever for whatever that's worth. Watch this. I'd have been good with the same loss as other ships. Okay. Commander Glenn, even if you break a leg. Okay. Break as in like car brakes? That's how you spelt that. Even if you break a leg and manage to mail Frenzy and ask them to extend your time before. Yeah, you could. Yeah. I don't see why not. It can carry the owner's fleet. Yeah, the owner's fleet, yeah. I suppose you could, yeah. I suppose you could get away with that definition. Yeah, if it can carry my ships, like I think I've got 28 ships or 29 ships, something like that. And it can carry all of my ships. I guess, yeah, you could call it fleet carrier. And then if you want it to carry other people's ships, you have to install yeah, it makes sense. It does. I'm not going to argue with that. It does make sense if you look at it that way. So that's a good thing. Draco Maximilian, if you're out in the black, do you need a redemption office? I don't know, is the answer to that question. I'll have to wait till I get on the fleet carrier and I'll just take a look at stuff and we'll have a look. I don't know. Well, Commander Glenel says, of course, that is one of the best features. Caracas, have I got that name right? Caracas? Yes? I don't know. Thanks for your... Oh, tutorials. Okay. Well, you're very welcome, my man. As long as I can help people get on with the game, I'm happy. Fresh baklava. Hey, Fresh. Greetings and welcome to my stream today. If you're 10,000 light years from anyone, what are you going to redeem? Yeah, again, it's... I don't know the answer. I'm going to have a look. I can't fully remember what the redemption office is. I think I know it's for getting your bounties and stuff in, isn't it? Stuff like that. I don't know if that's going to be needed out in the black. Not until they put Thargoids out there, maybe. I don't know. Ronin X33 says, can you buy tritium from stations? Yes, you can. And you can buy them from other fleet carriers. As I showed in my previous fleet carrier live stream, some people were setting up fleet carriers and they were storing a load of tritium on there and they were selling it at like maybe half or a quarter or a third of the actual galactic average. And of course you go in, they just mine it, and then you know, it doesn't cost them anything but time to mine it, and then of course you go in, you buy it, so you give them profit, plus you get your tritium on the cheap, which is great if you've got like a Type 9 with a great big load of cargo that you can just get a great big load in there, and you can fill up your tank in a couple of goes. So yeah, it's really cool. And also a lot of players are getting together to do this. I don't know what it's called exactly. Maybe one of you guys can tell me. It's this fleet carrier matrix thing where they want to. It's a lot of people giving up their precious fleet carriers just to plonk it somewhere in one of the sectors. So what's going to happen is I can probably show you best on the codex, and I think this is an awesome thing what these guys are doing. I really do. Is it in the codex? Discoveries. Okay, yeah, here. So what's going to be happening is there's going to be a group of people in a specific group, which I can't remember what it's called, but it does have a name. And each of them is going to put a fleet carrier in every single sector of the galaxy. So if you're out there, you may need some tritium for yours, and maybe they've got a load on theirs which you can buy. Maybe you need a repair, because some of these sectors probably have no uh, stations or anywhere to land. I mean, on the way to Sagittarius A, there's a fair few. You know, you've got the Eagle Nebula. There's one in there and stuff like that. But now one fleet carrier per sector. It's tiny, but maybe there'll be more over time. I don't know, but it's a great idea to have one in every single sector. And if you want a way to get hull repairs, or like if you've been damaged because you've been out in the black for years or months, and you've got some damage to your ship, whatever, you've got facilities there, and maybe you can even restock some stuff. But again, you can. I don't know why you'd want to buy tritium if you were out there in your Anaconda. I don't even know why I said that. But unless your carrier is on its way, and yeah, you come across another one nearby. But yeah, they are doing this. Players are getting together and literally going to put a fleet carrier in every sector. I feel sorry for the guy who's going to draw the short straw and have to put his in the abyss. But it's a brilliant idea, and I've got to give kudos to those guys who are going to give up, because they're not going to be able to do anything with their fleet carrier except have it sat out there. But yeah, good on them. Good on them, I say. And again, because of that, they are kind of inventing, if you like, gameplay around the fleet carriers that wasn't there. They're inventing something around it, so now they're changing how the galaxy is. It's like, because it's kind of an organic thing, I suppose, and having a fleet carrier in every sector now, it's just knowing that everybody has access to that if they need anything. That somewhere in that sector, if you've made a mistake while exploring and your hull is down, or I don't know, whatever's happened to you, that you're not as far away from a repair facility as maybe you thought you were. Oh, is it multiple per sector? Yeah, see, that's absolutely brilliant. Really is. It's a sacrifice that they're all making, but it is actually a group, and this group that's doing this has a name. And I wish I could have remembered it so I could give them a shout out, but there you go. That's it. Thank you, Budman. The Deep Space Support Array Initiative. That's the guys. Thank you. I'm glad I was able to give those guys a shout out. Yes. So if you want to be part of that, hey, go right ahead. Wow, look at this structure here. We saw this before, but it looks impressive to have a second structure out there. Look at that. And I believe there's a fleet carrier. Look, you can see the engines on the back of it, docked at the station. Fantastic. Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's great that they're getting together to do that. I really do. Right, let's get in and let's go and buy one. 5 billion credits in the hole. Well, not really, but I'll be 5 billion credits poorer. Woo! Nearly hit the Remlock sign. This was meant to be SnowRunner, but I forgot this was coming out today. So I thought I'm going to do a quick stream here. We're just going to cover the basics of the fleet carriers, and I'm going to just sign off and let you guys get on with it. So don't expect multiple hour stream here. Keeping them short and more viewer friendly. Right, down we go. Right, Wasp. Hey, Wasp. Yeah, I'm all good. And oh, Grey Holland. Sorry, I forgot. I did see you there, but I forgot to say hi. Hi, Grey Holland. It'll be interesting to see what happens when they drop the price in a couple of weeks. Well, you think people are still going to whinge? Yeah. But Commander Glenn, I did say yesterday I was going to restrict my time 3 hour maximum, and I kept to it. I went 1 minute over, but that was because of the stupid credits at the end. Caritas, thanks for your subscription, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, every little helps. Yes, I'll soon be on my way to 5,400. I'll catch up to the others. Right, okay, so where am I going? Starport Services, I presume. Now, where is it? Contacts? Yeah, fleet carrier vendor. Neela, Lindsay. Yep, looking pretty as ever. All right, guys, there it is. Man, it's like a Battlestar Galactica thing, only without those. The Battlestar Galactica was much better looking. Yes, jump range 500 light years, unchanged, but the fuel tank is it doesn't consume as much fuel now. It's much more miles per gallon. What would that be? Light years. Yeah, instead of miles per gallon, it'd be light years per ton, right? Oh God, here goes 5 billion. Wait a minute, what's this little thing? Ah, right, yes, this is, I like that they've done this already. It's into the game straight away. So it's the whole codex on the fleet carriers. So if you have any questions about it, how it works, just run yourself through this list of services, that kind of stuff, secure trading. I have yet to read through this, but I will because I want to. I want to learn everything that's to be learned, like what's said here. Anything I might know. Manufactured by the Brewer Corporation. Great. Wheeler dealers. That might mean something to some people. Right. Off we go then. Let's get it done. Carrier name for the fleet carrier is Rusty's Kennels. I don't know. Can you change the name? You can, right? You can change it anytime you want. Maybe I shouldn't call it Kennels. Is it the same model for all? Yes, it is at the moment. Yeah, it is. Yamix cannot afford it. Is that right? Vortex 69. Greetings to you, sir. Oh, yeah. I saw this on Obsidian stream when he said fleet carriers 1 million credits, and I thought, well, that's me then. Screw this. I'm done. You know, like Frontier have just like, what are you doing? But it's not. What it is, I think, towards the end of the beta, they're just going to have this fleet carrier massive sale where the cost of a fleet carrier will be 1 million credits right at the end. And I think that's just to encourage a lot more people to buy one so that they can do a stress test on the servers to see how it performs. I think that's going to be it. I don't know about the Dawn thing, but I quite like the pound. So Rusty's pound. It sounds like a currency though. Rusty's pound, Rusty's euro, Rusty's Rusty's maybe something beginning with an R. Don't want to get stuck on this for too long. I don't know. Rusty's Rumbler. I don't know. We can change it at some point. The carrier ID could never be changed. I guess that's a server thing, so that's fair enough. Okay, let's go.
Incoming message.
So here's our cinematic that we got on the first one. The Brewer Corporation. Oh, that's gonna... I can't think of anything except Mike Brewer, who does the wheeler dealers. You want to buy a fleet carrier for $5 billion? Held out your hand. If you sing wheeler dealers, guys, you'll know what I'm talking about. Oh, the doghouse. The barge of rust. Cardassian monkey. Hey, Cardassian, how you doing? Final day. Oh, dog. Oh, dog. Oh, dog pound. Right. On behalf of the Brewer Corporation, held out your hand. Right, for those who don't know, Mike Brewer is a wheeler dealer car guy. He's had a TV series, and yeah, so. And he says every time he makes a sale on a car, he goes, "Hold out your hand." Right, so view carrier location. Well, we know where it is. It's in Skegiko O, and I'm right the way down there. Oh, that's cool, because last time I was all the way down here. So I'm not that far off. I'm 104 light seconds plus wherever my position is. Rusty's Rumbler, Jesus. Okay. Now we need to fly over to it. And take a look. Right, so how much have I got now? 2 billion. It's going to go down even more. Alright, let's launch and go and find it. Yeah, I mean, when the game... like I said, I've got no really intentions of buying a carrier when it comes to the real live game. Whoops, happened to my joystick there. And but if I ever do, I'll have to settle on a decent name, because it's going to have to be squadron based, I think. Because if I do buy one, it's going to be for the squadron, I think. But probably by the time I get to owning one, most of my squadron members will have their own anyway. Alright. So let's take a quick flyby of this thing, because it looks kind of cool. Obviously an asset from CQC somewhere. Well, I say obviously, I mean it might not be. But there is a fleet carrier right there, docked, undergoing some repairs, although the front of that looks different. That looks very different. Okay, that does look different. Now where you going, Rusty?
All clear. Goodbye, Commander.
Oh, I don't know about all clear, but... Right. Oops. Uh-oh. My joystick... No, it can't. My joystick's going right on its own. It's brand new. It can't be. Can't be. It's brand new. Right. I don't know whether we can pick them up here. Oh, yeah. Mikey's Bar and Grill. Gank office. Devs are cool. God. Tritium Prime. There you go. I'll bet you can just go on there and buy some tritium. I'll bet it. I'll bet it. Or it's what it's going to be. What's that icon on the left, though? Looks like a credit card. Has appropriate landing pads. Notorious docking access allowed. Or docking access for all. Squadron Diamond Skulls. Owner. Yeah, you see, there's all your details. Local activities mercenary. Okay. Right, Nostromo, cool. Yeah, I guess which film he was watching. HMAS Dreadnought. Nav Beacon. Treacle Factory. Freya. Lost without you? Right, Skeggy, okay. I mean, these two together shouldn't even be... Right. NATO. Flimley, no guessing who owns that one. Rusty's Rumbler. Interesting. Let's go and have a look at that one. So yeah, right there, look.
4, 3, 2,
I can't believe I called it. I don't know where the word rumbler came from. I just... Oh, now where's it gone? Oh, man. And then, look, and now that's sat at the bottom. Oh, God. I don't like this nav menu. This never used to be a thing way back. It was a little bit easier just to do it like this. Yeah, the nav menu never had that issue. It would remember your position on the menu. I'm sure it did. I don't understand why this joystick is going over to the right already. I mean, it's brand new out the box. I know this is a flaw in Thrustmaster's design, but it's supposed to have some wear and tear on it first. Right. Draco, ready for my first jump, and the horn made me jump. They set the type of ship it is. And Hibiscus, hey! And Laban then reported it must be a bug. Oh no, it's been around for a while. I'm pretty sure. No, I have reported it. I ticketed it a while ago, but I don't know if they're really paying too much attention. Yeah, I did mention it in detail, as you can imagine. So you can own the carrier, but you are not allowed to visit the bridge or even leave your ship in the... Yes, correct. In the same way you can't wander around a space station, you can't wander around a fleet carrier or visit the bridge. Who knows, if they ever bring space legs, which, yeah, I'm not holding my breath on that one. But if they do, maybe that's potentially a possibility that they will do that. I mean, I'm certainly expecting. I don't know though. I mean, they could bring out space legs, and it's limited and restricted to you getting out of the SRB or your ship and wandering around the planet's surface. There might not be any spaceport walking around, because they'd have to design a whole interior with rooms, and they'd have to do the whole, and then there'd have to be interactions in there, like, you know, places where you can meet dodgy people and get dodgy missions. I don't know. I just don't see them doing it. Roger. Hi, Roger. Yeah, I can't send this one back, unfortunately, because it was a gift from a patron and subscriber. But yes, it's not doing it now, so I'm just putting it down to a free, and I think it probably just needs a very tiny dead zone put onto it, and it will be fine. Okay then, so my landing pad is around the other side, I'm supposing. Yeah, I think that's it.
Flight assist on.
Whoa! It's number 1, wherever that is. Is it 1? 11, sorry, 11. Oh great, I looked away from the carrier, and when I look back, now all the parking spots are upside down. Come on, brain, that's it. There we go, my brain's corrected it. Is it just me that happens to? Like, you see these landing spots, and then you look at it, and it looks inverted. There you go, I'm not touching the joystick, guys. My hands are off the joystick. Ah! How can this be happening so soon? Honestly, Thrustmaster, I mean, geez, quality control issues or what? Maybe take some lessons from Toyota? Jeez, man, honestly.
Scan detected.
Right, who's that landed on my ship without permission? How dare they, unless you're bringing a load of tritium. I wish we could have NPCs just randomly coming in, trading, getting stuff, taking stuff. you know, like an NPC on some kind of scripted mission to go and pick up some washing machines or something. And if I have them in my thing, it comes to pick them up, or it drops stuff off, tries to make a profit. And just generally, you know, your fleet carriers having a little bit of profit here and there just from NPCs. That would be really good. But I think maybe too much. All right, so here we go. Welcome to Rusty's Rumbler. I don't even know what to think of that. All right, so shipyard is in, and something got moved out in order to accommodate that, but I can't remember what it was. So owned by Rusty Dog, Drake class carrier, as they all are. Service tariff is set to 0 at the moment. Fuel at 50%. You don't even get a full tank. You spend 5 billion. Geez, you could go and buy a new BMW and they give you a full tank of petrol or diesel. They don't even give you a full tank. They're stingy little gits. Right, I'll have to go to that other fleet carrier, the one that's called Tritium something, and see if they've got any there. Right. So we have a shipyard. Okay, cool. Ship transfer straight to here as well. Fine. Crew lounge. Obviously, we know what that is. Good old Evan Baskers. We can set him active for whatever. Oh, well, I think he's done anyway. Oh, ship not compatible. Alright. A fighter hangar needs to be installed on your ship for pilots to be able to occupy. Oh, of course. Duh. Commodities market then. Buying and selling, the usual. And you can... I'll have to put it in a bit later maybe. The commodities thing, where you can select what commodities are tradable here, and you can set your prices as well. Carrier management. Alright, so here it is. This is a very familiar screen from the last one. I also Commander Glenell says, I also think that fleet carrier should have a bridge with at least 3 seats for crew. At least to sit on the bridge and be able to watch the... it doesn't even have to be something you can walk to, just something that you can kind of teleport to, the bridge. Just or even a camera going into a bridge, so you can see the, you know, the disappearance in hyperspace. That would be good. What's this? My favorite store on Rusty's Rumbler. This name's probably going to stick now. Okay, before we just get into that, then we have outfitting, livery, and remote workshop as we had before for your own ship here, which is cool. Alright, so carrier management then, obviously the main screen here, where we're gonna take a look at everything. So summary, 25,000 units capacity, so that's everything really. Ships, your use space on however many slots your core internals are going to take up, your markets, your installed services, that's what I meant before, and your free space, because we haven't used any yet. Available services, commodity trading, that's what I meant, so that's available. Tritium depot, Federation welcome, and available in this star system is carrier administration. Yes, let's not forget now that on the oh, I can't get into the galactic map from this screen, so let's not forget, in the galactic map now you have, in services, you have now the fleet carrier vendor. Let me just get rid of all this rubbish. And a fleet carrier administration. So obviously if you go into vendors, Skagiko, they do both here. But if you look at something like Nunets up here, okay, Nunets is not a fleet carrier vendor system, so you cannot buy a fleet carrier there, but you can carry out administration here, as you can see. So I don't see too many other yellows, but maybe that's just due to distance. So Nunets is, yeah, there's not many, is there? Oh god, I thought there'd be more. Okay, is that one up there? No, that's still new nets. Yeah, so Skegiko O and new nets for administration only. Kind of a bit skimpy there, but fleet carrier vendors, Skegiko and I wonder if there's one over in Colonia. That would be cool. Let's have a quick. I don't know. I doubt it, but let's have a look. See if there's anything out in Colonia. I mean, you never know. You probably kind of do. So, oh, okay. Do we have to go to? Oh, hold on. Let's have a look then. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So, to buy a fleet carrier in Colonia, I seriously doubt Frontier have had that vision. Can you administer your fleet carrier from there? No. Why would they do something like that? Right, let's get into spending some money then. Yeah, Jack Station. But it's not lit, the system's not lit up in yellow or pink. But anyway, okay. So, navigation. So, open the galaxy map and selecting a place to jump to, I think, from here. Yep, set carrier destination, and then of course it starts a 15-minute countdown, which is pretty cool. I think we're probably going to take a jump on this stream today, so next one, budget. Weekly upkeep 5 million. Okay, so that is the default. Going to cost 5 million a week. Now I've got 2 billion in my account. So what I could do is transfer, say, a month's worth of upkeep. So say I transfer 20 million over. I could recoup 20 million in no time. I mean, my Anaconda, my anti-Xeno Anaconda, that's what it was in a rebuy. 22 million to rebuy that. But mining, missions, I could do missions in a couple of hours and get that 20 million back. So I could actually deposit 20 million in here, and I know that my weekly upkeep is sorted for the next month. So I've always got a little bit in hand and just keep a month ahead all the time. You could do that. You can plan it out however you want. And then you have your weekly upkeep allocation. You can reserve a percentage of the fleet carrier's balance to cover the weekly update. Probably put that to 100, right? I mean, it's only going to take off 5 million, but it's got access to the entire balance, basically. Something like that. I think that's what that would be. Service tariff. Apply a charge to all service costs, which is then added to the fleet carrier balance. Okay. And then you've got your deposit and withdraw there for putting money in from your account. So let's do that. Let's deposit. Oh, now then. They've added a transfer max, which obviously it's never going to happen. Now this used to take forever. I don't know if they've speeded this up. So if I wanted to transfer a million, oh, what was it? 20 million I said, right? Oh boy. See, again, it's either stepping it up like this. Okay, that's quick. Is that faster than before? Because it bloody seems like it is. I just wish you could type it in. That was fast. I don't know what it's. The thing is, if you want to transfer a billion, let's say you're super rich, how long you'd have to wait to transfer a billion? Alright, so now we've got 20 million in the balance, and so the weekly upkeep isn't going to be a problem for quite a while, at least for the duration of this beta. Unless, of course, I spend some of this balance. That's a different thing. Commander Corvus, good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? Yeah, nice to see you. What's that? Commander Glenn, 10%? Yeah, 20 million. Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep that in there, I think. Next one then, the bridge crew. The bridge crew. These are all your oh, what's it called? Jeez. Come on, Rusty. I'm surprised these haven't got tabs. Yeah, these are all your modules. Let's call them modules. Your core services. There we go. I got it. So, bridge crew, commodity trading, and tritium is on by default. Refuel. Now, I think the majority of fleet carriers are not going to need all, but I know what people think. People want to put all. They want everything. So they're gonna buy everything. But like if I'm going exploring, definitely gonna have universal carto. I mean, of course. Outfitting I think would be useful. You know, you might want to dock your exploration ship, stick some mining lasers on, go and get some tritium, come back, and then change it back to exploration ship. Just, I don't know, maybe that, or you may have another ship on board, which you have your mining ship and your exploration ship. I don't know whether I'd have my exploration ship on here though, because I'd probably want to jump this, like while I'm out in the black somewhere. I would just access the remote interface on this and just keep jumping it until it gets to the place where I'm going, because my Anaconda's going to be way faster at traveling through deep space than this is. There's no question. It's not even, it's like night and day difference. My Anaconda will cover 500 light years before this thing's engines have spinned up. Spinned? Span up. So I don't know, but I could pop a mining ship on board and some extra bits and pieces, and I can say, okay, I'm going to go to Sagittarius A, but I'm going to be stopping and scanning and probing and scooping and all that stuff. And then I can remotely from my interface move the ship. The problem is that you can only do 4 jumps, and then someone's got to be on hand to refuel the damn thing. So it's not that practical in those terms, but it would be nice if you could just remotely just jump your ship, or even loan. You could loan tritium and pay them back later. Let's have a look. Corbus, how many fleet carriers do you think Thor will have? I have 9 billion credits and I'm thinking of getting one for Thor. What do you think? Yeah, you still need to get us a home system, Corbus. Don't forget. Still waiting on that one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is an upper limit. I mean, if you see, if you guys buy one for Thor, then I don't need to, you know. So you save me money there. But I will definitely be involved in, you know, the upkeep of it, trying to help, you know, at least with the tritium and something like that. Is it possible to store materials and ore? You can transfer cargo to it. Materials? No, they get stored on your ship. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it has a material store on here. No. Right, what else are we looking at? Oh, let's take a look at these costs then. So the refuel station, upfront facility cost 40 million. I don't remember what the numbers were last time, but these are your operational expenses. So if you have it suspended, of course, it's half the cost. So while you're not using that feature, so you may be out, let's say you have an armory. God knows why you would have that if you were on an exploration ship, but maybe you would. Permits the restocking of weaponry and vehicle hangars. Okay, so it might come in handy. But let's say you have that, you can suspend it while you're traveling, and then if you need it at some point, you can bring it back operational, and you can save yourself a little bit of credits. Okay, so 40 million then for the refuel. So if you guys want to sit down with a calculator and add all this up, you can find out what the full amount for the facilities are. But this one's 40 mil. These are already on here. Replace Courtney Odom. Oh, I like that. I can replace him. Maybe if he's not going to get If he's not bringing in any tritium, not doing his marketing properly, I'm going to sack him. Anyway, 40 million for the refuel station. Repair crews 50 million, but the operational expenses per week are the same, even though the costs are 10 million more. And this is how much capacity from your 25,000 it's going to take. So, oh, repair crews, yeah. Facilitates repair work on dock ships and modules. Now, for an exploration ship, I think that is a critical feature, because that's kind of what you want when you're out exploring, really, is to be able to repair your stuff. At least for me, it's because that's one of the things that's very difficult to do out there. You've got your AFMU, which can do your modules, but not your power plant. So your power plant won't be able to be repaired. You can do your hull if you're carrying repair limpets, I suppose, but that's just extra weight. But yeah, you can't even sort of, like, I can't even fly to the, let's say, Colonia, and then just get my fleet carrier to come and join me there, because somebody would have to be able to keep refueling it all the time. You can't do anything like that, which is kind of a shame. Bring your fleet carrier to you and have to wait a few days for it to arrive. Okay, so what do we got next? Alright, armory. Permits the restocking of weaponry and vehicle hangars. Most exploration ships are going to have their vehicle hangars on board already. Weaponry, I don't carry weaponry out in deep space. I am talking about this from a exploration point of view, but so obviously this is going to be useful while it's in the bubble, and you might need, but then you might need weapons and stuff, but I think you can select which weapons you want and stuff like that. So anyway, it's 95 million, and the operational expenses are exactly the same as the 40 million, which is okay, fair enough. So it's going to cost twice the price, but it's the same to upkeep, and that takes 1/100th, isn't it, of your capacity. There's your armory, yeah, armory. So redemption office, here we go. Grants the opportunity to redeem outstanding vouchers or combat bonds. I don't think you're going to need this out in the vastness of space. And now we see the operational expenses have gone up. I guess probably because it's gone over 100 million credits to buy it, so it's 150 this one. Only takes up 100 units though. Shipyard then. This service is not active. Enables the operation of a shipyard where commanders can buy and sell and store ships. Carrier owners always have access to this service. Okay, so yeah, I've got access to it, but if I want others to have it, it's going to cost me another 250 million credits and an extra 6.5 million per week. So that would take my total to 11.5 million, and it takes up 3,000 units, which is a fair size, but it's kind of what you'd expect, because a shipyard, I suppose, is quite massive. Outfitting then, another 250 million. These are the two big guys, these in terms of money. So this is 500 million credits just for these two. So it's no good having just over 5 billion and then buying a carrier. Oh yeah, armory is needed for limpet restocking. See, that's, oh man, you got to spend 100 million almost, and that just to get limpets. But you're gonna need them, really. I mean, you can synthesize limpets, but you can synthesize limpets with certain common materials, but yeah, you are gonna need the armory then if you want your limpets, because I mean, you could mine tritium by just scooping it up in your cargo hold, but geez, you wouldn't want to do that, really. Collector limpets is the way to go, so yeah. And it saves you having to store them in your cargo hold, because my exploration ship's got a largish cargo on it, but because it doesn't weigh anything. But I'm not going to weigh it down with limpets either. So Yeah, so armory would need, yeah, in that case you would need it definitely. Mm, yeah, tell me about it. It is a real pickle, Corvus. Maybe we can work something out together, I don't know. Grey Holland, if it's armory, then you would, yeah, you would have it to equip for mining, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's, if you're going in fact, I think this is probably a mainstay then, because unless you're keeping this in the bubble, if you're going outside the bubble, then you are going to need this. You know, if you're going into deep space, the armory is. What's this face here? The armory is something that is kind of compulsory because you need to mine for fuel. There's no doubt about that. Otherwise, you're not going anywhere. And limpets is going to facilitate that. You do not want to be doing it without limpets. It's just going to take way too long. Park outside their ship and allow them to run out of fuel. What? Restocking those. Oh, restocking those pesky SRVs that people like to blow up. Yeah, again, that's another really handy thing, isn't it, to be able to restock SRVs. But wouldn't that come in outfitting as well, though? Permits the restocking of vehicle hangars. But if you can buy a vehicle hangar in outfitting, don't you get SRVs in there anyway? I can't see to set the price for limpets. Yeah, I don't know. Can you set the price for limpets, or are you just using the default price, which is 101 credits, right? Yeah, so these two, big time. I mean, outfitting, I don't even need to explain what that is, but the upkeep of this is going to add another 11.5 million onto your already weekly upkeep. And then if you suspend them both for whatever reason, you're down to 3.3 million. So yeah. All right, so secure warehouse then. A storage facility generated by non-contract personnel. Stolen goods are imported and exported from here. So it's like your black market, I suppose. Now it says here insufficient carrier balance. Yes, because to buy these things, you. Why can't I just take it from my normal balance? You know, like Visa or PayPal. Why does it have to come from my carrier balance? Why can't I just take it out of my balance? So now I'm forced to go and sit and wait while I transfer loads of money. Okay, Universal Carto. I mean, obviously you're going to want this on an exploration ship, unless of course you're going to be waiting to come back to the bubble to drop off your stuff. It'd be interesting to see how this works, because I know when you drop data off in the bubble, it increases your. Whoa, hello, carrier doesn't like something. Someone's had a go at it. They're not going to live through this. Yeah, this is happening in real time, guys. Yeah, so you increase your rep with a faction or the major faction there. But so I don't know if anything like that would apply here. You could increase your rep with me if you drop a load of Universal Carto here. 150 million for this. So I think if I was to outfit this, I'd be putting the Universal in, the outfitting, the shipyard, the armory, refuel. Nah, because out in the black, if you were exploring, there's always a star nearby, so you could scoop. So I wouldn't put that. Repair, yes. So we're looking at well, should we total all this up, guys, before we do a little jump? I don't know if you guys have totaled it up. So I'm not going to type in millions into my calculator. I'm just going to type in 40 plus 50. This is if you wanted to completely outfit your carrier with everything. I'm not going to need everything if I had a carrier. I would probably chop and change, you know, as required, or put something at least into suspended mode so I don't have to spend too much on it. Alright, so the total cost, if you wanted to buy everything, is 1.150 billion. So 1,150,000,000 for everything. So basically your carrier is 6,150,000,000 with everything on it. Okay, all the bells and whistles. That's what you're looking at. And then your your active costs, let's see if I can run through this then. So I'm just going to do this in millions. So 1.5 for the refuel, 1.5. Oh bugger! I put 15. 1.5, 1.5. That's obviously 3, but yeah, 4.5. So 4.5 plus 1.85, and then 6.5. Where are we at now? Outfitting 5, and then we have 2, and finally 1.85. So that comes to 24.7 million on top of your carrier weekly upkeep. So 29.7, let's call it 30 million. So 30 million a week. That's what I'm calculating here. I might be wrong, but 30 million credits a week upkeep on a fully stocked carrier, which is going to cost you 6.1.5 billion. Right. Now, 30 million a week. That's easily doable, guys. Easily, if you put the time in the game. You could do 30 million in a few hours, depending on the activity. Mining, certainly. You just have to go and pick up 25 tons of LTDs. Just go and refine 25 tons of diamonds, sell them at 1.6, there's your 30 million. Done. That's you done. For the week. On a full bells and whistles carrier. Not bad. Okay, so what can we fit straight away then? Let's stick the shipyard in there. So I need 250. So I want to keep that 20 in there, so I'm going to have to bop that up to 270 million. So, yeah, right. Oh, I didn't need to come out of there, did I? So into budget then, and I want to deposit a shed load of money. Hi Andy, welcome sir. So what are we putting in here? I forgot now. Oh, 270, isn't it? Yeah. I want a 250. I've got to put a load more in. This is going to have to really start. There we go. Now it's picking up some speed. But still, to get to 1 billion, let's stick. I don't want to. Let's stick 500 million in there. Is it going to go any quicker? 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's trying to get. You have to play a little mini game. Like, can you take. How close to the actual number can you get when you take your finger off? Okay. Right. So there it is. 500 million going in. So now we can go to the shipyard and install that facility. So now other people can come on. Now you can see my weekly upkeep's gone up to a very strange number. So it's gone from 5. Oh, okay, of course, because yes, as the week goes by, this number will change, I think, which is kind of confusing a little bit. Because this is 6.5 billion a week, but that's only gone up 1.5 billion. That's because there's a tick over every Thursday. So by the end of Wednesday, I think that's when they're collecting your money off you, and then the weekly upkeep will up here will display its maximum again. Maybe they should put the maximum up here and then put a slash and then show what's remaining. But this is what's remaining of your upkeep with what's remaining in the week. Okay, with the tick over being on Thursday. So I hope I'm explaining that well. Okay, so that carrier balance has gone down really quick. Outfitting I'm going to leave out for the moment. Let's stick a universal Kato in there. And of course, that hasn't gone up by 1.8. It's only gone up by a fraction because we've only got a fraction of the week left. Let's just leave it at that for now. Let's come down to here. So, shipyard stock. This is where you can choose, sort of. This is where you can sort of choose. They're all ugly, Commander Glenel. They all are. There's, apart from Ashling Duval, you know. Yeah, drop 1 billion. Yeah, no. I want some money left for me. But yeah, so this is where you get to choose what ships are going to be in your shipyard for people to buy. I don't think this is even something I want to put in the game, because what's the point of coming here just to buy a Type 9 that I then need to outfit and engineer, and there's no point. I'd rather do it in a space station. But even if you wanted to stock ships, you don't get the choice of saying, okay, I want to put 3 Pythons, 3 Anacondas, and 2 Vultures. No, you can't. You have to buy them in packages. So, if you want a Type 9, you have to buy 4 Type 7s and 5 Type 6s, whether you like it or not. Taking up 9 slots, because you've got 5 of those, so you've got 9 units in your shipyard taken up by ships you might not even want. There's only 1 tier here, so we'll leave that one. So if I want a Python, combat basic, combat trader, look at that, a Type 10 with a keelback. Yeah, they go together. Right, Damback Explorer. Cool for exploration ships. Asp Explorer, great to have as ships on an exploration carrier if you are going to have any. But then you have to take 15 of these Asp Scouts and Diamondback Scouts. Right, multi-role. This is where your Python is and your Anaconda. But you've got to take these 2 as well. So you really don't have that much of a choice. They come in bundles like DLC packages. You see, I might just want 1 Beluga and 1 Cobra, a couple of Anacondas, a couple of Pythons. Yeah, but there's no more tiers. So, yeah, that's kind of restrictive, I think. I don't think they've all just got 1 tier though, haven't they? Yeah, 1 of 1. They've all got the 1 tier, so this is it. Insufficient carrier balance. And then if we look down, because don't forget, it's not just the fact that it's taking up. Let's have a look at the multi-roller balance. It's not just the fact that it's taking up 3 units, 4 units, 4 units, 4 units. So you got basically 15 ships, and you might just want these 7, and maybe you want 4 Anacondas. Well, you can't. You can't go in there and change the amount of units that you want. That'll at least be something, right? So you have a tier 1 package with these 4 ships, but then you can change all the values. So you might say 4, 0, 0, 4. Because otherwise, I've got 8 ships here that I don't want. So it's taking up, I mean, to buy all these ships is going to take up 10,200 capacity out of my 25,000. Right? That's a huge chunk. That's a massive chunk. And it's being taken up by 8 ships that I don't bloody want. So I'm not into this system at all. I'd like to be able to... I don't mind having the tiers like this, providing you can adjust the amount of units that you want of each. So, like if I choose 6 anacondas, then this is going to start going right up. But I might say, okay, well, let's reduce the amount of pythons, but at least allow me to choose 0 and 0, so I get to pick the amount of each ship that I want. Then I don't mind having the tiers. That's perfect system. Fine with it completely. So you want 5 cobras? Okay, you got to take 25 sidewinders. Oh boy. Right. Okay. So I'm not into that, guys. Not into that at all. Change the fleet carrier livery. I doubt that's happening anytime soon, is it? No. We can change the name down there as well, by the way, even though it doesn't directly indicate that. And into settings. So your docking access, everyone's allowed, but you've also got squadron only, squadron and friends, and nobody, if you really want to be a hermit on a big ship. So notorious commander access, again, you can choose whether you want to allow those people on board. By default, it's not allowed. Set current activity territory. Let's go into Explorer and decommission your fleet carrier right here. I'm not going to do that. Then you've got your codex down there again if you want it. Alright, so let's do a jump. So if the fuel's at 50%, we've got enough fuel to do 2 jumps. So I'm only going to do the 1, and then we'll see where we are. Right, so where to jump to? Wheel. And we only have to wait 15 minutes and then we're done on that one. Gonna go. How far away is it? Is it more than? No, it's not too far away. So this is the closest neutron star. What's in here? Alright, so if I go here, but I'm in the wrong map obviously, but I think Jackson's Lighthouse 1 would be a good place to bring the carrier. So let's do that. So if anybody wants to, oh, I'm in solo. I was going to say if anybody wants to jump on board. If you sell a ship on fleet carrier, does it go into stock? Don't know. Not sure. Not tested that yet. Good question. Because then you'd have people, but then that would be bad if it did, because you could have somebody just being a little bit trolly and keep bringing ships in and just filling up your capacity, your ship's capacity. And you'd have to come in and sell them all. Right, so before we shoot off, let me just take a quick look at the outfitting of my chieftain. Oh, I can't. Okay. Well, maybe. Let's see what happens. Because I want to see if that other carrier does stock tritium here. Right, all I'm interested in here is my cargo. 70 tons. Yeah, I should have brought my T9 here actually. That would have been better, but I wasn't in that ship at the time. So if we go into, oh, it doesn't show, does it? Yeah, okay, so we're going to see some very creative names coming out now then. We're very early into the beta. It's only just kind of started. Yeah. So I don't know whether Tritium Prime is gonna have had time to store tritium or not, but I'm guessing you'd be able to go there at some point and buy some tritium on that carrier and bring it back. But we're just gonna have to make do with what we have at the moment. So into career management. I want to keep saying career. Into nav, open the galaxy map and go to Jackson. I'm not going to be doing any mining, so it's okay. I just want to go to a system with a neutron star, really. And this is the closest one we have. So into the system map, and we'll select that because we can't select. Oh, can we? Hey, guys, can you imagine? What's going to happen here? I hope the ship comes out in a safe place, because bringing the ship out next to a neutron star, well, unless you try, you don't know. The ship can't be destroyed, right? So, right, we are jumping in 15 minutes, so we're going to get all of the lovely audio that goes with that, which is kind of cool. If you want to see the ship leave, you've got to be outside. You can't be in. So let's get to the surface. I'm going to take some getting used to this. I'm going to end up going into carrier services when I want to go to the surface, and I'm going to end up launching when I don't mean to. Now, another quick test, guys. I'm just going to exit while that countdown is going on, and I'm going to go into private group. If anybody wants to rush into the Rusty Dog private group and get on board, you've got pretty much 10 minutes to do it, because after 3 minutes the ship's locked. When there's 3 minutes left on the countdown, that's it. The ship is locked down and there's nobody getting on board. Oh, I guess we need to go back into the carrier services. I just want to make sure the countdown is continuing. I think it, yep, there it is. No reason why it shouldn't be. So if anybody wants to climb on, then by all means. Oh, Commander Glenel's just said it, just looked over. Hi Skull 1256, yes. Personal computer. I'm on PC. Yeah, come on guys, hit the likes, man. I'm putting my time in here. I've put the time in, I've earned those likes. I'm just kidding with you. Angel of Megadeath. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with myself in this game. There's so much to learn. Yeah, it is a steep learning curve at the beginning. Well, it is now, since there's so much in the game. I would advise looking at YouTube videos. There's some good channels out there. There's like one called Rusty Dog. I think that he's pretty good. And also in the codex. Check out the codex. It's very handy, the codex. It really is. And you've got your pilot's manual as well. So, and go through all of. Well, I don't know how much newbie you are, but I would say go through all the tutorials at the beginning. The missions kind of thing. And if you want any help, then we have a Discord channel. You're quite welcome to join that. And yeah, here we go, Pilot's Handbook. You're quite welcome to join that and ask any questions, and I'm sure you will be helped out. I don't know what this is. The exclamation mark. So, I've not heard any audio thus far, but I believe we are still counting down. See, in the ship here, there's no. Or maybe you don't hear it in the hangar. I don't know. Yeah, and that's a good point from Vortex69 there. Don't rush through it. Don't look at an anaconda and go, gotta have one of those, and then get one in 2 weeks. Just take your time, enjoy it. Right, I think we can still hear any audio from outside here. I think you still can. Woohoo! Good view. Now then. So the visuals are done nice. The audio is done well, I think, on these. It's just a shame that you can't see the exit or entry of the ship for yourself when it does it. Have we had any audio on this? Because normally you get something. Right, in 20 seconds it's going to be 10 minutes to go. I'm expecting some audio. Because Frontier had some great audio before. Really, really good stuff. Here we go.
Attention, this carrier has scheduled a hyperspace jump. Please conclude any remaining business in this system prior to departure.
There we go, 10 minutes. It's like a NASA thing, the whole the whole thing. With the space shuttle going up, I remember all of that. But yeah, well, it's only going to be a 140 light year jump, but it's okay. We have to do a jump. We did one last time. So, what was it my ship's costing me again? Come on. 8.2 million. Okay, so my carrier balance is going to cover that weekly upkeep for quite a while. This isn't the weekly upkeep though. It says it is, but it isn't. If you want to know what the weekly upkeep is, look on Thursday morning. This is deceptive because it alters. Tomorrow this will be different. They should put up the full amount here, what the weekly upkeep is, in full, so you know, and then have the fractional amount here. So it'd be 8,271,762 slash whatever it is, 16 million, whatever it is. So you know it's a fraction of that, and then that keeps going down. I think they do need to do that because this is, I don't know what my actual weekly upkeep is unless I actually manually calculate it, when the game should be telling you. See, I'm just going to do a jump and then a jump back, and then I'm going to be... Oh, wait a minute though. We're not jumping 500 light years, so we're not going to use up all the fuel. We're not even jumping 250 light years. So we'll be able to jump back to Skeg Eco at some point. Probably not in this stream, but we'll be able to jump back, and I'll still have plenty of fuel.
Attention, carrier jump sequence is underway. Lockdown begins in 5 minutes.
Lockdown in 5 minutes, so therefore there's 8 minutes to go. Yeah, ish. Lockdown begins, well, it starts, it's actually, no, it's 2.5 minutes, I think, isn't it? I think 3 minutes they start to warn you, and then at 2.5 minutes everything goes into lockdown. All the ships that are on the pads outside will be pushed inside or pulled inside, and that's it. I wonder if there's a point where you can't cancel anymore. Like on the space shuttle, it's timed very, very tightly, where on the countdown they do the 10, 9, 8. Once it gets to 5, that's it. The shuttle is going up regardless of anything. At 7 seconds, 6 seconds, you can cancel it. The shuttle can cancel its own launch if it detects something wrong with the, the computers are checking out all the sensors and stuff, and if it doesn't like anything, it'll cancel its own launch automatically, or it can be cancelled back in the tower, whatever the hell it is, the control center in the tower. But yeah, at that 5 second mark, it's going, because the engines are about to fire and nothing's going to stop it. So I'm just wondering if on the carrier you get the same thing where, like, after I don't know, with 30 seconds to go, that's it, the engines are fired up and you cannot stop it from jumping after that. Yeah, I don't know if there's when everything's gone into lockdown, can you still cancel the jump? I'm gonna have a look at that and see. Yeah, we are all playing with our own FC. No, I know. I'm going to keep this stream fairly short. It's an hour and a half right now. I'm just going to do this jump, and then you guys can all go off and have a play. You hate the Anaconda, Andy. Why? Mine did really well. I was quite proud of it. The only thing I hated was blowing it up. Which was, I mean, I took on Thargoids and then none of them affected me. And when my Anaconda got blown up in yesterday's live stream, it was completely 100% my own doing and completely 100% unavoidable. I was at the mail slot and I just getting a bit frustrated with all the traffic in and around the station, and I boosted. Oh God, yeah, I know, it was, but that was wholly my fault. Yeah, so I cost myself 22 million there. You're gonna have one, Caracas, in a few minutes. Good. Does anyone know when Xbox goes live? Because FDev had one job and failed terribly. I thought they would be rolling it all out at the same time, on all platforms. Is that not the case? Okay, we're getting close to lockdown. I think it's 2.5 minutes. It's either 3 or 2.5. I think 3 minutes is your final warning, and then 2.5 minutes is lockdown. But we will see. I'm not sure if I can stay outside. I don't think. Doesn't look like there's any other ships at the moment. Just me on the surface, unless there's pads on the other side. I don't think he's coming in. I think that's one of the security ships. You do get your own little security fleet wandering around your ship. You're probably not going to get that when you're out in the outside the bubble or outside of the system. Look at this. This is my joystick, guys. I'm not touching anything. My hands are off the keyboard, off the joystick. This is all. It's haunted. I have a haunted joystick again. Whoa. Okay. That's your final notice.
Attention.
That's it.
Has entered pre-flight lockdown. All services have been suspended.
Lockdown protocol active. So now that the phases are starting to go, it was in between the 3 minutes and the 2 minutes, 2.5, wasn't it? So carrier management, jumping in, navigation. Uh-oh. It looks like that's it, guys. I can't cancel this jump then. Can I? Can you do it? Is that how you do it from here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So I'm going to try and... Yep, open galaxy map. That would cancel it from there. You can't. That's it. Just like what I was saying. There's a certain point where you that's it. You're committed. If this is my ship in real time, what if I stay on this screen when we jump? I didn't buy the joystick, Caracas. I had it donated to me. Brand new in the box. It's just a flaw with Thrustmaster joysticks. They just... My only other joystick option is the Verpil one, but it's way out of my budget. No way. They're the only other company I know that do joysticks for left-handed people. I am in the 9% of the population. I think is it 9% that is left-handed. I'll have to learn how to play right-handed, then I will open up my choice of joysticks by a mile. So I can't use, well, I can't use Hortas really. So look, tritium reserves, it tells you there, 450, 400 after jump. Why is it 450? Here we go. Jump capability found light. Okay, so that jump capability of light years will go down depending on how much fuel is left in, of course. Why is my tritium reserves at 450? I thought it was 500. Or has it used up 450 already? Okay, we're jumping. I'm just staying on this screen, see what happens. Oh, okay. You don't get to see it. So we are now entering hyperspace. Oh, the creaking sound. I love it. I love it. Just those little audio details. Can we go outside? No. No external. Everything's locked down. I can't do nothing here. We are now in the hyperspace tunnel. It does feel really cool. It's brilliant. I've not done this in VR yet. Creaking metal parts as we slow down, exiting the hyperspace portal. So we will be like, you know, frizzling back into the new system. And we've only got to wait 5 minutes for the engines to cool off. We're done. We are here. We have arrived, guys. We are in Jackson's Lighthouse, as you can see on the bottom left of the screen. Now, I don't know how close we are to the neutron star. Let's go and have a look. Return to surface. Just hope it hasn't. Oh, it's close. I was going to say, I hope it hasn't hyperspaced into the jet cone. Wow, it is close. Woohoo! We have arrived, most definitely. Wow, that's close. Yeah, okay. It's safely close, though. There's no doubt about it. It's safe. Now, let me just speed up this camera just a sec. Oh, that's zoom, isn't it? Okay, there we go. Maybe I've speeded it up too much. Just trying to get a decent screenshot here. Yeah, so we definitely arrived. Let's take a look at our fuel now. Rusty's Rumbler. Oh, I see. It's 450 after the jump. So we used up 50 tons, units, whatever, of fuel to do that jump. Obviously, if your fuel goes down to a certain limit, then your jump max is going to go down as well. That's why, this is what I'm saying about, you got your max and your fractional here, and then your max and your fractional there. So this is what we need on the weekly upkeep. This is your max, and this is what it currently is. So we definitely need that. We definitely need that on the upkeep, because it's if they can fit it in, yes, you can fit that in there. So, I mean, they've done it here. You know, this is how much you've used, I think, and this is how much is your max. We need that on the weekly. Look, 9 now. That's changed. It was 8 point something when I was in Skegego. Now it's suddenly 9. Why? What the hell? Why has it gone up to 9? I expect it to go down as the days go by. Right, you can see now here, even this is lit up in a different way. The lighting on the on the carrier is now different. Probably got a little blue tinge to it because the neutron star is kind of just over here somewhere. So we have made the jump. Now, when we go back to Skegego, we're not going to get the same parking space as we got last time. Oh, and a few people have decided to come here by the looks of it. Funded with arcs. Pay to win. Eternity's Gaze, that's a cool name. I like that. I wish I thought of that one. Jive Funk's Smoke Shop next to Eternity's Gaze. If you're smoking the stuff that Jive Funk is selling, then your gaze will be going into eternity. You can be sure of that. And then you can swallow it all down with a Rusty's Rumbler, which does sound like a drink. Well, now what I can do is take my chieftain out, get into the jet cone, and go and increase my my jump range for no apparent reason. Okay. Well, the changes are good. I'm going to backtrack a little bit on what I initially said about the upkeep amount. I thought Frontier had bent over too far with the 80 to 90% drop, but it's cheap now to upkeep this. I mean, your maximum is going to be what, 30 million upkeep on a maxed out carrier. At least that's what I calculated. I may be wrong. 30 or 35, isn't it? Because you've got to put the 5 on top, so I don't know whether I did that or not. So 35. That's easily earnable just with, well, more easy with mining. Obviously, then you've got wing missions, which you can do with fellow squadron members. Then you've got missions where if you are allied with a certain minor faction, then they'll give you missions which are good price. So you can do, I don't know, just take a few boom time missions in a Type 9, do 2 or 3 or 4 at a time. You can easily do 30 million a week, and if you have a squadron, you can even split that up, so you can, yeah. Hey, Angry, how you doing? When I mean split it up, I mean like, I don't know. That's the thing. Can another member of the squadron land on this carrier and add money into the fleet carrier deposit? I don't think so, right? Yeah, no. But if you are a fleet carrier owner, you could do that, and your squad mates could do it by carrying a load of gold or something like that, dropping it, you picking it up under your ship. That's a workaround to transfer some credits over, and then you can go and sell it in your own fleet carrier. No, you go and sell it for a good price and then drop that money into your fleet carrier. So, and then of course they contribute by adding tritium to the fuel. So right now I've got 450. So if anybody wants to go out and mine some tritium and drop it off here, fill my tanks up or get it fuller, by all means, have at it. And yeah, well, I can do that jump now. I've only used what, like 10%, so I could do that. I could do that back and forward jump 10 times on the fuel I've just used, maybe 9 times would be more realistic. And yeah, so it's kind of cool. 140 light years, 50 units of fuel. That's pretty good. That's not too bad at all. I just wish we could see the jump sequence, like if it was even if it was just an outdoor cinematic, you know, that front that was a scripted cinematic, like this is always the view you're going to see, but it's going to be in real time, you know, so whatever system you're in. I just wish Frontier could have just plonked a camera outside focusing on your carrier, watching it go and watching it come back, and maybe even have an option in the carrier services where you can enable or disable the external camera, because you might want to sit inside and enjoy the rumbling ride, which is where I got Rumbler from, really, because of all the shaking when you're jumping. Anyway, so that is a quick 1 hour 45-minute look at the new Fleet Carrier beta. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I'm done. We might take another look at this. So this beta's carrying on, I think, is it May 28th when it ends? And then the next time we're going to see Fleet Carriers will be in the live game in June. So, you know, big up to Frontier for still managing to get it out on time so far, even during these awkward times that we're having. Yeah, it's going to bring some different gameplay into the game. Even if you don't own a Fleet Carrier, you can still interact with other people's. Yeah, so it's going to be good. A bridge would have been nice. Hey, Mark McCluskey. Alright guys, so that's it. I may be back today again with a bit of SnowRunner. We will see. I hope so. Yeah, I do like having a go at that one. So okay, that is the quick stream done, and go off and enjoy your betas, your Fleet Carriers, and leave a like or whatever on this video if you liked it. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Enjoy, stay safe, take care, and bye-bye for now.